8-21 victory against Concord tonight on Senior Day to finish the year 7-3. Just opening thoughts.
Extremely happy with the way we finished the season. A little sloppy at times today, but I thought the kids played hard. We made a bunch of plays. For us to finish the season 4 straight wins, win the way we have with the scores that we've had, 6 out of the last 7. I'm really happy for the kids. Proud of them. I got a great coaching staff. They've done a great job. Both sides of the ball, position groups have done a great job. So a lot to build off of going into the offseason.
Yeah, and the 2 scoring records, the points per game, and then also 68 points in a game. Describe what it means for this program to set those records.
Man, it means a lot. Like I said a couple weeks ago, we want to break records. We want, our offense and defensive units and teams to break records and individual kids to break records. We work really hard to, have those things happen, and it's good to see. We've really found our footing down the stretch here in terms of putting the ball in the end zone, and probably selfishly could have had more, but we're not going to complain about 68.
And then going to go down the line here with 3 individual records, sincere rushing touchdowns in a single game. And for a guy that started the season getting kind of light carries and then worked his way into the rotation and worked his way into the starting lineup, and then probably freshman year in the conference.
Yeah, no, he's had an outstanding season. Really happy that the season finished the way it did for him. I think it gives him double-digit touchdowns for the season itself. But you're right, we felt great about him when we signed him back in February. I've said this all season. We think he's a superstar. Sometimes as a freshman it just takes a little bit for us to kind of get him in the mix, but once he got in there, you guys can see it when he's out there. He's probably the best player on the field. When we're out there, very few people can run him down. So he's a kid, obviously, that I look forward to watching for the next several years. I think the best is yet to come for Sincere.
And then Jamae with the school single season sacks record as well.
Yeah, he's had an outstanding season. Coming into the game, he was second in the country, I believe, in sacks, top 5 in TFLs. He gets after opponents every single week. I think it's a crime that he hasn't been the defensive player of the week one time this year, being top 5 in both categories. Obviously, I'm biased, but I don't think there's a better defensive player in the Mountain East. And to me, on Tuesday or Wednesday, or whenever the awards come out, he should be the for sure defensive player of the year in this conference.
And then Ray Freeman on his senior day with a TFL record.
Ray embodies everything we want our program to be about. I wish I could coach Ray Freeman for the rest of my career. I told his parents they have an amazing son during senior day. He gives us every ounce of everything he has all the time. He's our team leader, our vocal leader. He makes plays that most people don't just off of sheer hustle. So he gets those TFLs and the sacks, and he makes plays, just because he cares so much, and he's going to give us everything he has. So he's always around the ball, and we're really going to miss Ray Freeman moving forward.
And it was 17-7 at halftime, and then you guys kind of hit another gear there in the second half. And not that even the first half was necessarily bad, but it just hit another.
Well, I'll be honest, it wasn't up to standard, and we were pretty upset at halftime. I don't know, people were probably outside the locker room thinking what the heck was going on, because we were pretty upset in there. But I got to take some responsibility for that. I thought we were a little sloppy at times. I was a little worried about that with having the bye week. We were playing so well, and then you kind of just have to pump the brakes a little bit and have the bye week. So I got to do a better job of, if in the future we have a bye week, of doing more to make sure that we start the game faster coming off the bye. We made a lot of just self-inflicted mistakes on offense, especially that prevented us from getting 2 touchdowns down in the red zone. And then obviously the first drive we kicked the field goal, but I felt like we should have had a touchdown on that drive as well. So, came in the locker room and told them really was no adjustment. It was just, we got to play better. We got to execute better. We got to play harder. We got to have more energy. And I think that the team responded, and we did a good job with that in the second half.
We talked during the week about finishing strong. You guys certainly did that, not just today, but over the last 4 games this season.
Yeah, no, like I said at the beginning, I'm extremely proud of the kids. We had a turning point at the middle part of the season, and since then we've been lights out. I think we're the hottest team in the country in Division II. I mean, and I don't think people really want to play us. And I think when the other team comes across the sideline to shake our hands, I think they realize that we are a really, really good football team. We're fast, we're physical, we got a lot of depth, we got playmakers. So it's exciting. We got a lot of really good players coming back next year, hopefully. So we have a lot of momentum going into this off season. Like I told them after the game on the field, for the guys that are going to be here Monday, we're not stopping this momentum. We're going to look to continue to build and hopefully next year be playing week 12.
Yeah, and how would you describe your 1 year in, the state of the program, where it's at?
I'm happy. The competitive side of me wishes we were going to play next week. But I have to be realistic too, coming in as a new staff, new head coach, kind of taking this thing over and trying to rebuild a program, for us again to be 7-3, 6 out of 7, 4 straight wins, win the way we did, be able to do some of the things on offense and defense and special teams and break some records. I think it's an outstanding first year, and we look forward to continuing to build it.
Coach, you didn't get to spend a lot of time in their careers with some of these seniors, but what does this group of seniors mean? You have some kids that came with you from Shawan, but also just players you've only known for less than a year.
Both set of guys mean everything to me. For the guys that were in this program, most of them had already graduated. They didn't have to come back. Some of them, I think, maybe were kind of on the fence, and I had that initial call with them and said, "Hey, I want you to come back and give me a chance, give our staff a chance," and they did, and I'm hoping that it was worth it for them to send them out this way. Was really important. We talked about that for 2 weeks, and then at the same time, the guys that came here with me from Chowan, they got in the portal. They could have went anywhere. But they chose to follow us as a staff, which means a lot to me and my coaches. And, both group of guys collectively, we wouldn't be 7-3 without the senior class. So, I told them in our team meeting on Friday, it's unfortunate they can't continue with us, but next year when we're playing in week 12, hopefully they take some pride in that, because without them building year 1 with us, we wouldn't be able to do hopefully what we're going to do here in the future here with this program.
And there's a 4-way tie for second in the Mountain East Conference. How would you maybe just evaluate your guys' play in MEC this year, your first being coaching in this conference?
I think it's a good conference. I've enjoyed playing in it. We got off to the slow start, but once we kind of figured it out, we've been able to play at a high level. Being tied for second is great, but I'm not super thrilled by it, because I feel like with the way we're playing now, if we could have figured it out earlier, we probably would be not second. But football is a great game, and you don't get to do a redo. So we lost the first 2 of the first 3 games at the beginning, and that's going to be our motivation this off season. Is we lost 3 games by a total of 20 points. We don't get those 20 points back, but we're going to work to close the gap on that.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but kind of just talk to me about the growth of this team throughout the season.
Yeah, no, honestly, there was days at the beginning, building a program's tough. You come in and you're trying to bring the right guys and get the right mindset in the building, and it's not always easy, and you get frustrated sometimes. Sometimes you sit in your office late at night and wonder if you're ever going to get it figured out. I know for me, I'm a very impatient person. I wanted to come in right away and have a good season, and we got off to the 1-2 start, and I think we all, coaches included, kind of had to check ourselves at the door and get back to being who we want our program to be, and challenge guys. And fortunately, the team responded. And once we got through some adversity at the beginning, I think you've seen what this team really is and can become. And so I'm really happy and thankful for the guys that did buy into what we're doing.
All right, Jamae Blank, a big 68-21 victory tonight. You yourself broke the school's single-season sack record. Just your emotions tonight, breaking that record, and then this team picking up their 7th win of the season on Senior Day.
One of the biggest motivating factors has been number 41, Raydarius Freeman. As you guys know, he was part of that group that had came over here with us from Chowan. Man, that boy means the world to me. Like, if people really knew how much work he put in, the workhorse he is, like just the atmosphere, the attitude, the energy that he projects, man, it's contagious, and it's really been one of the motivating factors this whole season, man. done played with that boy my whole career, man. It's sad to see him go. Not gonna lie, man. Not gonna lie, I love that boy, real talk. And my Mima, it's her birthday tomorrow. I love that girl, man. It's one of the motivating factors. I'm trying not to tear up, but I did this for everybody else but me, man.
And the strip sack and fumble recovery there that you had, and I believe that was the one that broke the record too, but it was a big play in the course of the game. Take me through that play.
Man, it was really just playing with a motor. It's like, you know, the coach, he was saying, you know, just go get after it. You know, setting up the right tackle. Had a good matchup. You know, was getting off the whole game. Essentially, really just playing with a motor for real. Like I said, with the people behind me, it was easy because I was able to put myself aside, put the aches and pains, put the tiredness aside, and play for the people around me and the people that I love. So I mean, really through that play, it was just, you know, jabbed inside, I believe, came right back outside, and it was there. I mean, it happens real fast, man. Stuff is weird, man. We play hard.
And the finish you guys have had, not just today, but the last 4 games, how do you describe how strong you guys were able to finish the season?
I said it the last time, man. The standard, when we play up to the standard of expectation, man, the sky is the limit with this team, man. I'm telling you, this. I don't want to be anywhere else, man, but here. These coaches, the stuff that they tell us, the things that they instill in us, the teammates around me, my brothers, man. This is home. I'm telling you.
And finishing your first year here, Coach Hall's first year here, how do you kind of describe where you guys are at as a program?
Man, hey, we're gonna come up, man. I'm telling you. Hey, want to be humble and everything, but hey, man, P-Brook on the map. We coming for everything. I'm telling you.
Jamae, your defensive line could be maybe regarded as one of the best in D2. You guys are statistically one of the best, if not the best. What was that unit like this year, just from the defensive line's perspective?
It's a brotherhood. Like we don't just end it in the meeting room right there. We don't just leave the building and part ways, man. We leave the building and we waiting for each other to get undressed after practice. You know, we go into the calf together. Like we do essentially everything together. We sit together, we eat together. It's a tight knit brotherhood, and like I said, I wouldn't want to know any other way. Like that's why I said, man, I'm so sad to see that man go, man. I'm messed up about that one. I ain't gonna lie, 41, man. He got a special place in my heart, man. 7, he got a special place in my heart. 99, you know, I've been with them boys a semester, but we, like I said, man, we lead the field house, and we still together. It's like, yo, hey, we finna come to your crib. Yo, we finna come to your crib. Like, we still together, man. I'm telling you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Jamae. All right, Sincere Baines, 68-21 tonight, but you yourself broke the single game record for most rushing touchdowns in a game as a freshman. Just your thoughts on accomplishing that tonight.
It's just a great feeling, you know. We went out there, we executed, O-line blocked their tail off, wide receivers blocked their tail off, you know what I'm saying? We just ran hard, you know what I'm saying? So, we executed, nothing else to say.
Being part of the school scoring records, both for points in a single game and then points per game for a season, and you've been a big part of the offense throughout the season. So, what does that mean to you guys as a unit to set those 2 records?
It's great. You know, this is just what we accomplished right now is building up to what we're going to accomplish next season. I think it's good. You know, we started off a little sluggish, but we finished. You see how we finished. So,
Yeah, how would you describe the finish you guys have had in the last 4 games?
it's just great. You know, we all came together. We're playing big. We're playing how we're supposed to be playing. So, yeah.
Coach Hall called you a superstar in the making earlier in the year, and your season could be regarded as one of the best seasons for a freshman here at UNCP. How would you just maybe evaluate your season as a true freshman this year?
I would evaluate it as it was a good little season. Coach Hall, the scheme he put me in to execute just helped out the offense. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get catches at wide receiver, rushes at tailback. You know, it just opens up a lot more, especially because we have Colin, Quan, Trey. We have so many weapons.
finishing your first year here, Coach Hall's first year here. So how would you kind of assess the state of where the program is at right now?
I think the program is at a high right now, and it's gonna roll over to next season. So you just gotta wait and see.
Did anyone tell you about your rushing record? Were you aware of that after your fourth one, or maybe after the one you heard on the PA?
Yes, sir. I was aware. Coach was telling me I'm not coming out. I gotta get it. So that's just the mindset I had.
All right. Sincere Bangans.
Thank you.
All right, Ray Freeman, a senior, 4.5 tackles for a loss tonight and a big win against Concord on senior day. Just your thoughts again.
Yeah, it was a great team win. We wanted to send the seniors out right. We did. It also shows what the program do and what moving forward, what the program is going to be about toughness, physicality, and domination of the ball. How we're going to run the ball and play great defense. And it just shows what the future is going to be. I might not be part of it, but I already see it's going to be a bright future.
And what were some of the emotions for you here on senior day?
A lot of emotion. I'm going to miss football. Football treated me right. These coaches treated me right. My teammates treated me right. I love one thing I have to say I love about this program is the standard. I helped to exceed the standard. At the same time, my teammates held me accountable to the standard, and I feel like that's going into the future is going to be great for this program. I think that 7-3 is just a floor for the program now. Great things are going to happen in the future of this program.
And how do you describe the last 4 games and the strong finish you guys have had?
It just shows what potential we had and how we kind of showed it kind of late, but at the same time we showed the potential of what we could be and how much of the brotherhood we had and how the standard could lead us to great things.
Completing Coach Hall's first season here, and you're completing your career here, but how would you kind of assess the state of the program here as you're on your way out?
The program's on the rise, and if you want to win, you want to win championships, you want to actually almost win a national championship too, come to UNCP. The future is bright here. With Coach Hall, Coach Neely, and all the other coaches on the staff, I said already, 7-3 is the floor. And if you want to be great, come to this program. This standard breeds greatness.
It was a year of record-breaking performances, but tonight there were 6 records broken. One of yours was a single-game tackles for a loss record. Your thoughts on that? I wasn't sure if you were made aware of that, but just your thoughts on a record-breaking performance tonight.
A great scheme. I got to give it to Coach Neely. He put me in a great position to make plays.
Jermaine Blank in his interview earlier spoke nothing of high praises for you. Well, what has it been like working with this defensive line group?
I love this defensive line group. I could say one phrase to summarize the defensive line is hard workers. Since the beginning, we worked our butts off to get better every single day. We challenged ourselves to be the best in the country, and we turned out to be one of the best in the country. And if you think this is just like a blip in the little timeline, no. This is the future of UNCP. The D line is going to be the anchor of this team.
That's a good way to end it. All right, appreciate you, Ray. Colin Johnson, another 300-yard passing performance, 157 on the ground, and 2 scores. 68 points tonight for UNCP on senior day. Your thoughts and your final game of the season?
I mean, it's just a good way to end the season. I think the emphasis this week during practice throughout the week was just sending the seniors out on a win. No one wants to lose their last game of football. So we really, all the underclassmen guys, were really just playing for them. And even pregame, we were just talking about getting the win for them. So I think it was just the culmination of all the hard work we put in over the season and throughout these last 4 games where we've been playing really good. So I'm just proud that we got those seniors a win on their way out. So it really means a lot.
You had a front row seat for what Sincere was able to do. How do you describe what he's done, not just today, but all season?
I mean, really, he just came in this season and just took over. I mean, we gave him opportunities to make plays, and he took advantage of almost every one of them. So, I mean, if he just keeps playing like that, I mean, shoot, he could break even more records next year and for however long he's here, So I'm just proud of him, the maturity that he has. There's not a lot of freshmen that can come in and do something like that. So he's a superstar. So I'm really excited for his future as well.
How do you describe the last 4 weeks, the strong finish you guys have had?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really just happy that it's kind of the statement finish, you know, for next season and for all the other teams we're going to play. You know, I think teams are actually going to start taking it seriously. You know, this is going to be a good program coming into the future, and I'm just really excited for the off season and what's going to happen there, and for next season as well. So, just a really good statement finish.
Yeah, finishing Coach Hall's first season, how do you describe kind of where the program's at this point?
I mean, it's definitely headed in the right direction. You know, I mean, I don't remember the last time UNC Pembroke had 7 wins. I think in 2016. So I mean, even then we left a whole bunch of games out there that could have gone either way. If we would have played the way we're playing now, we'd probably be undefeated right now. But you know, that's in the past. So now just looking toward the future, trying to exceed that. You know, Ray and Jermaine talked about that's the standard now. 7-3 is the floor. So the goal next year is to, you know, obviously win the Mountain East, get in the playoffs, get a ring. You know, so I think that's what everyone's mind is now. Is it's achievable. You know. I feel like in the past there's been doubt, you know, there's been, can we really do this? And now I feel like everyone in our program's bought in and they believe that we can do this. So I think it's really going to turn into reality.
One of the seniors today was Trey Dixon. Obviously, you and him connected on a lot of passes this year. As a senior for him, what's it like just having him as a teammate and just a great target to throw to?
Yeah, I mean, really just the bond that all the seniors and everyone has, you know, especially the guys who've been playing since I've been here that I came with, that I've built relationships with, and the guys from Chowan as well over this past 2 semesters. So, you know, I think really just the bond that we have, the love that we have for each other, we play selflessly, we play for each other. I feel like that just helps everybody, you know, succeed on the field with their job and stuff like that. You just having each other's backs, you know, trusting each other. That's another thing. You know, the offense is all about trust and relying on this guy to do his job. And when everyone trusts each other, good things happen.
68 points tonight for the offense. It feels like you guys could have obviously scored a lot more throughout the game, but what's it like just to go out on an end like that, just scoring a school record for most points in a single game?
Yep. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's a great feeling, scoring a lot of points and outscoring your opponents. I mean, it really just comes down to the execution. I mean, every week we talk about the execution matters. You know, obviously we left a lot of plays out there. We really could have had a lot more points, but I just think everyone buying into the game plan, their job, the execution, stuff like that. That's really what translates to the scoreboard. It's not just one person making plays; it's everyone working together.